General Krell here, and this is the Origami in Space podcast.
And here are your hosts, Batil and Bryce. And today, with a very special guest, Dave Fennoy!
Ta-da!
And also with Holly and Corey. And
Hello.
Holly will be leaving shortly.
Like, now.
Oh, this is so serious.
Yeah. We try to be
Very-
organized. We try. We try.
Life's pretty unorganized. Why should we be?
Exactly.
You know
What?
who you remind me a little bit of? Cape Johnson. I know.
There you go.
Poorly, yeah.
I don't know why Cape Johnson.
I have no.
I guess it's the sound of a mature, rich voice. I think that's mostly what it is.
Oh, there you go. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And Dave, I have to thank you for those voice recordings you did. They worked out great.
Oh, fabulous. Happy to help out, man.
They were really good.
And I thank you too very much.
You are welcome. My pleasure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I thank you too, Dave Fennoy, for the intro. Yeah.
Do we have any more thank yous?
That'll probably happen later.
Thank you for being a very awesome Krell.
Let me give him a blanket. You're welcome.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I'll just ask a question.
Okay.
Okay. So, Mr. Fennoy, Dave, okay, what was it like being the first Jedi villain of the series?
Well, you know what? Never thought of it in those terms, and so that's new. I hadn't really thought about it. Wow, I was the first Jedi villain on the series. Amazing. Well, now that you've let me know that, and I've had a chance to let it soak in a little bit, I'm quite honored. But no, I'm quite honored. I'm not sure that they thought of it, or I definitely know I didn't think of it, but. I can add that to my list of accolades.
Yay.
I can see me now at the next cocktail party. Well, I was the first Jedi to be a traitor on Star Wars: The Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that will drive the young ladies crazy.
Totally will.
Yeah. Okay, this is a question about Krell's fighting ability. Would he be able to defeat other Jedi Masters on the Council, like Mace Windu or Obi-Wan Kenobi, if he had the chance?
Or Shakti.
Well, maybe not Obi-Wan, but he could kick everybody else's butt.
Except Yoda and
Well,
Mace Windu.
I don't know. Yoda is so busy talking backwards that he might catch him off guard.
That's quite a possibility.
That's a funny question. That's like, would Muhammad Ali beat,
Godzilla.
Godzilla. Exactly. Who knows? But watching the show and watching the battle scenes that I was in, or that it wasn't me, it was him. But watching those battle scenes, he is one, excuse the expression, badass.
Epic.
That's true.
And of course, they killed him right while he was talking.
I know. That's one of the things I didn't like
now.
about that episode.
What's that all about?
That's the clone way.
Yeah, that shows that the clones are the true traitors.
That's the clone's way of doing things, I guess,
Well, in Shakespeare, everyone's always dies as they're talking. They say, "I am slain," and they die.
I didn't get a chance to do any of that.
But Krell did make quite the impact on the clones, taking a whole bunch of them out at once. Those 2 lightsabers. That was pretty
Oh
bad.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. And when you got 4 arms and you're a Jedi.
Hey, why not 4 forearms?
Yeah, come on. Makes you wonder if there was some kind of maybe we humans should develop 4 arms.
I could go for that. I could go for some more arms.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Yeah,
awesome.
there you go.
Hey, deal with all this multitasking.
It's that kind of
Exactly.
world. You actually could text and drive. Of course, we probably would need another set of eyes and ears, but hey, and we'd look kind of funny, but I could get into it if everybody was
I
like
think I
that.
just settle for the forearms, but that's just me.
Well, then you'd have to rearrange parts of the brain too. It's
Oh, there you go.
thumbs.
Well, so many of us have rearranged brain parts to begin with.
True. Everyone has a unique brain.
Dig that, dig that.
Okay, another question. Do you think Krell would have been his own agent or joined Dooku if he survived the Umbaran arc?
Oh, he would have joined. He would have joined. I think even though he is a leader, he's a soldier, and I think he did everything because he thought that the Republic was going to be overthrown, and he wanted to be on the winning side.
Mm-hmm. So he did it to win.
Yeah, and like a lot of leaders, he's also a follower. Most of us, I mean, just in general life, I don't care where you are, there's usually somebody above you that you got to answer to.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
True.
Always someone with the higher power up there, you know.
Doggone it.
So, Corey, you got any more questions?
Okay, Okay, since Krell shares like our opinions on the clones, as in they are kind of like unreliable.
They are but mere clones.
I love that. That's
Very
badass.
true.
They are.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you if you agreed, but I think that's clear.
Well, I know, he does clearly doesn't care about the lives of clones. They are to be used as needed and
They're
disposed
expendable.
of, and they're expendable.
Like napkins.
Exactly.
That's true. You know, they're clones. I can just brand out a few more if a few of them die.
They're like
Yeah,
organic
Who
droids.
cares about a clone?
Mm-hmm. No, it's just another one. They're all
Exactly.
the same.
Well, that's how I
Yeah,
feel.
Dick.
Yeah.
I mean, they're clones.
They're clones. That's what the meaning of clone is. They're all the same.
Yeah, dig it.
Okay, Corey, was that your last one?
Okay, my final question. Does Krell have a Padawan? And if so, is it possible that he or she might show up in the Clone Wars future?
Well, once again, that's a question better for one of the writers because I don't know if Krell does. In the scripts that I read, in the part that I played, there was no Padawan. So who knows what his past was, and frankly, who knows what his future is? I mean, we are living in a make-believe world, and where maybe some things can happen, like he gets cloned and comes back.
Oh no! Then he'd hate himself.
And then self-hating clone.
Yeah.
Well, he might be a different kind of clone. He would be Jedi clone.
Star
And-
Killer Clone.
Yeah, and probably wouldn't hate himself. But that's a very good question. But once again, one left more for one of the writers than one of the actors. All we know is what we find in the script, and we can kind of create a background for who our characters are. As a matter of fact, that's just an acting tip for anybody interested in acting. Is you that character you're playing had a life before he's introduced to the stage, the screen, or the game, or the cartoon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's highly possible that Krell could have had a Padawan at some point. He is a Jedi Master, after all.
One would assume that he probably did. I would not be surprised if his Padawan showed up, assuming that he had one. But once again, we are only assuming.
Mm-hmm. But by his title, he would have had one. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And you know what? It actually makes sense, and you may have given the writers a really good idea for. Yeah, we should. No, come on. He should want revenge for his master getting.
That would be a
knocked
good
off.
arc there.
Yeah, legacy of Krell must live on.
And he should sound just like Krell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Rice, your question.
Okay. Krell, as you said, wanted to join the dark side with Dooku and etc. to be on the winning side. However, is the ultimate motivation of this his own will, or is it that because he's being secretly manipulated by Sidious like everyone else is doing it? Is he like, okay, I see a situation where I could succeed, or he's just unknowingly through the Force he's being manipulated?
Wow, you ask these deep questions. Um, I actually, as an actor, never went, well, what are his motivations other than he has gone to the dark side, he has switched sides, and basically his personality hasn't changed in my mind.
Sure.
Krell was a badass. He expects you to do things the way he wants things done, and whether he was on the right side or the wrong side, he doesn't give a about the clones. Basically, I think even if he had ended up not being a traitor, he still would have been the same kind of hard-ass character that he was.
So it was totally by his own motivation. He's not being manipulated. He is one of those few, I'm truly independent-minded, I'm doing what I'm wanting to, which in a way is something that you actually don't see a lot of in the Clone Wars, because everyone else says like, oh, we're trying to compromise, and then they're all being manipulated from the backside and all this stuff like that. But he's like, I'm myself. I'm going to do it. I want to.
Well, but you know what? In some respect, he was manipulated too.
He was, yeah. That's also true.
Absolutely, and so even though he was a badass and a traitor and all of that, he got, I won't say played, but he definitely ended up working for somebody else, and in some ways you have to say that's manipulated.
True, that is definitely manipulation. Well,
let me ask you guys something. Is this show only about Star Wars?
Depends.
It's about the characters too.
And sometimes we have meanderings.
I just found out today that a game that I am on that I think is going to be very popular, and I hope there's some crossover interest here, but you may or may not watch the show The Walking Dead. Well, the game came out today.
Today?
Right?
Oh, yeah.
The game, The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I've seen a few episodes of the show. I have.
And of course, now it's huge. It does not have the long life that Star Wars. I mean, we're going back 30 years for Star Wars, if not 40. But of course, zombies are the new vampires. And I just kind of giving a plug for myself. I play the lead in the game, Lee Everett, and it's going to be quite good. I'm quite proud of it. And very different character than Pong Krell or anything in Star Wars. So just giving a plug. Oh, one other plug too. You guys know because I'm on Facebook and I'm very open and happy to talk. But I'm also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Now it's wild because I know I'm older than all of you guys. And it's
yes, very
interesting to
much
me
so.
to be the ambassador for today's technology, people who I'm sure are 20 years younger than I am. But I think that's where we are. And actually, when you look at it, we are on our way to where Star Wars is. We really are. The things we have going on now, how we communicate, the wirelessness, screens are getting thinner and thinner.